Stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action now. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. A gain of 6 there on first. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Working out of the gun, Cousins. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. Johnson, the intended target. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they'll set up with a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
First carry now for David Montgomery. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And his first carry, he loses the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
First down, a run with Cohen. And an alley to run. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
On first down, they go right back to Cohen. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Everson Griffin, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now it's Trubisky. Going up top for Miller. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
We're scoreless after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. He's got Smith here. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. First down, here's the run with Cook. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Third and long for Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Gun.
Cousins gives way to Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, They almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Again, it's Cousins. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
They'll run for it with Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. The kick by Bryant is good. And we have action on the scoreboard just before halftime. It's 3-0. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me,
I was.
It sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from...
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
To try again after the sack. Trubisky looking deep for Gabriel. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is brought in at the 21. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the play.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Akeem Hicks at 6'5", 332 finds his way home for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Again, it's Cohen. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Coming to you. Kill. Hey, alert 3.
Trubisky gives to Cohen. It's a room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the slot. Watch the alert. Kill. Check the hot read. Check 13. Check 13.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Play action. It's Trubisky. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
23 yards on the play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. On the ground, it's Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Gun. Good route here.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. It's caught. Smith. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 13-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and have the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Cousins being chased out left.
I'm all over you.
And his pass incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and goal, Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing is Cousins. He's got Burton here. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash in a bit of a tight angle. And Bryant's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position, a touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Just like that. Just like that. He's coming. He's coming. He's coming. We got double up. Double up.
They try again with Cohen. 22 yards there, a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47.
Hey, ball. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Hey, Delta. Check. 50.
Now Trubisky to throw. Looking deep for Gabriel. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. He got 29 yards that time. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just 1 pick so far, and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a 4th quarter advantage. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Tie it right. 4 down.
To throw, Cousins. Johnson's got it complete. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run. Cook. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And an alley to run. Past the 20. 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Wide open receiver complete. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st and 10, Cousins. The throw complete to Beebe. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock, in a tight 1-point game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Cousins to throw. He finds his man Johnson. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this 1st down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Check 26, check 26.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So they went for the 6, didn't get it. Now the call has to be for 3.
I agree with you. I know the competitive instinct says, let's go ahead and take another shot. But you took it already. Go ahead now, get the field goal.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Bryant now, after hitting the field goal, gets set to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Here we go.
They'll look to throw. They'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to almost certainly win the football game. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go. Here we go.
He's back to throw. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Third down, trying to get a little bit closer. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards.
Whip. Watch the whip. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Trubisky to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Results in a 4th down.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from 55 yards out. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings are going to win this football game.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Cousins is going to take this.